15 years, we've fought together. With fearless leaders, against incredible foes. We've explored terrifying worlds and overcome impossible odds. We've built powerful friendships and forged unbreakable bonds. But this is only the first 15 years. I think we're just getting started. Here's to 15 years of Halo.
Thanks to everyone for joining us today. Thank you for your support. And as we close, I'd like to share a first look at a project that I'm very excited about and the dawn of a new trilogy for Xbox 360.
I think the fundamental difference between Bungie and 343 is the way that they were formed. And they're very, very different. Bungie formed very naturally, very organically as a small studio building really small experiences and grew into those big shoes and grew into Halo and the trilogy that they built. Obviously the difference between that and how 343 was formed, 343 was brought in to work on an existing franchise, an existing universe with an existing fan base on existing hardware. And of course you have different visions and people have different opinions about what direction it should go in. And that's the thing that creates the creative tension and the drive to make it better than it's ever been.
The challenge that the studio was taking on was really incredibly ambitious, and some might even say crazy, and that was really attractive to me. The idea of trying to create a studio from scratch and bring all of these people together from across the industry to ship the next great title in one of the greatest series of games that has ever been made. There's nothing more ambitious than that.
Wake up, Chief. I need you.
With Bungie taking a permanent leave of absence to pursue new frontiers, Microsoft took a DIY approach and formed 343 Industries. Can a rookie developer uphold the lofty standards of one of the industry's most revered franchises?
But there's another question you have to ask yourself. What if Halo 4 is the best Halo ever?
Let's just get this out of the way right now. I don't like Halo 4.
An overdramatic, forced love story with a confusing plot and lackluster main villain.
It is just so bad.
Did they break it? Did they ruin it?
I feel that the biggest issue with the campaign is the gameplay itself.
After all, 343 has never shipped anything before.
4's core gameplay just didn't work well enough.
There's so many little issues that stack on each other to create a rather frustrating experience.
I shall endeavor to point out why Halo 4's story is simply unacceptable.
Generally, you only give away the lore of your fiction at the end of a story if you give it away at all. 343 Industries landed on the opposite side of the long-standing fiction guidelines by revealing everything you didn't even need to know in the first entry of a brand new Halo storyline.
This entire 3-minute cutscene is a huge waste of time because literally none of this is important to the story of Halo 4 and never comes up again. This scene of Spartans dropping in to fight the Covenant doesn't make any sense because they're not in the right armor and the Covenant aren't either.
Now there is an explanation for this art style change, but it's not in the game. In an interview with Frank O'Connor, he says the reason why Chief's armor changes from Halo 3 to 4 is because of nanobots that upgraded it while he was in cryosleep.
Some fans were upset of the idea of nanobots making repairs to the Chief's armor, which is, if we're in the 26th century and nanotechnology hasn't advanced beyond where it is today, then we're probably in a lot of trouble.
But aren't the cruisers supposed to be much bigger?
These are baby cruisers.
Nanomachines. That's the explanation for everything. Nanomachines.
Yeah. At the end of Halo 3, the elites were, well, I wouldn't say properly allied with the UNSC, but they were on the same side. Does the game actually explain why the Covenant are back and why the elites are our enemies again?
Yeah, I'll give you a little sneak preview about this particular faction, and they are a particularly virulent form of the former Covenant with some really enthusiastic, shall we say, religious beliefs about the Forerunners.
Sorry if I seem like a complete noob, but can someone please explain to me why the UNSC is fighting elites in Halo 4 after becoming allies in Halo 3?
Good question. It isn't explained in Halo 4.
The Covenant returned in the form of the Storm Covenant, which is run by the elites. Now a faction of them want to continue their genocide against humans despite having zero reason to. This is some incredibly poorly explained reasoning for why Master Chief has to fight elites again.
What are the Covenant even doing? Rather than simply glassing the Dawn from the safety of their own ships, they send tons of their own troops aboard. The Covenant boarding the Dawn is completely senseless and stupid.
Prometheans are made up of the Knights, the Watchers, and the Crawlers.
One of the big focuses for us in the design of the Forerunners was to have these different enemy classes that would be able to work together.
What on earth went so terribly wrong with Knights in the development process that we have some of the most bullshit, bullet spongy enemies that we've ever seen in a Halo game?
I think the Knight's been through almost like 15 plus iterations.
Okay, let's clear some things up right off the bat here. When your shield goes down, you have to not take any damage for a certain amount of time before it will start to recharge. For the player, that time is 5 seconds in Halo 2 and 3. Enemy shields, however, have a different recharge delay and time than the player. In the case of Halo Combat Evolved, this recharge delay, noted as stun time here, is actually an entire 12 seconds. Now look at Halo 2. The blue miners have a stun time of 15 seconds. For Halo 3, the Brute's power armor doesn't recharge at all once it's depleted, so we can skip right to Halo 4, where we can see that the recharge delay on Elite's shields is 3 seconds regardless of difficulty. Knight's shields have the exact same values of a 3-second delay regardless of difficulty. This short amount of time that it takes for a Knight to completely regain its shield wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't combined with their ability to teleport.
There are a variety of Knight classes, and each one of them is progressively more powerful, but your base Knight actually starts just a little bit more powerful than an Elite.
But in addition to that, we wanted the Knight to have his own set of traits and abilities.
Knights can phase in out of anywhere.
He's able to go where he needs to at any time, which is something the Covenant can't do.
Knights will literally disappear into thin air when their shield starts to get too depleted and will reappear somewhere else, usually behind cover where you can't shoot them. The general tactic that you usually end up resorting to when facing Knights is to spam shots from the light rifle from a distance until they finally disintegrate. There's no thinking, no challenge, and no fun.
So I think one of the areas with Halo 4 that we're really trying to push beyond where Halo's been in the past is we have a much clearer focus in terms of storytelling and character development.
Conan O'Brien here with another edition of Clueless Gamer. Today we are tackling one of the biggies, Halo 4. Halo 4, what do I need to know to play this game?
It's the beginning of a second trilogy in the Halo universe. Basically, there's this alien race called the Covenant who is at war with humanity, who is actually having Forerunners who perished, and the Covenant, their theocratic race, created this thing called turned against humanity, but then it screwed up humanity, so then there's these AI warriors.
For me, problems occur with the Cortana and Chief narrative. Because this game only has 8 playable missions, they have to force this emotional conflict into areas where it feels so out of place.
I can give you over 40,000 reasons why I know that sun isn't real. I know it because the emitter's Rayleigh effect is disproportionate to its suggested size. I know it because its stellar cycle is more symmetrical than that of an actual star. But for all that, I'll never actually know if it looks real, if it feels real.
Wow, what an action-packed tale.
This is the scene where the narrative takes a nosedive and becomes a Jason Blundell-esque exposition dump. The game stops dead in its tracks for 5 minutes just to explain a bunch of nonsense.
So the librarian appears before Chief and talks to him about many important plot points. Let's list them all, shall we? And try not to get lost. Number 1, the librarian is some sort of ghost or AI that was kept alive to assist humanity on their path to the mantle. Number 2, humanity's path to the mantle is at risk. Number 3, Didact is trying to leave Requiem and we can't allow it. Number 4, he seeks to compose a device which will allow him to contain the greatest threat the Forerunners ever faced, humanity. Number 5, a history of mankind's previous journey into the stars, their encounter with the Forerunners, how humanity was unmatched until the Didact and his warriors stepped in. Number 6, the Didact battled the humans for a millennia and afterwards was sentenced to severe punishment. Number 7, humanity's threat was not just the Forerunners but also the Flood. During this time, they were retreating from the Flood. Number 8, the Forerunners weakened weakened from the conflicts and succumbed to the parasite. Number 9, Forerunners make plans for a final unspecified great journey. Number 10, Didact didn't want to yield the mantle and insisted on fighting the Flood. Number 11, Didact wanted to fight the Flood at the cost of using the Composer to transform living beings into warriors. This creates the Prometheans being part of their quest for transcendence and immortality. Number 12, Composer doesn't work as intended, creating abominations. Number 13, Didact would use the Composer to enact his revenge against the Flood. Number 14, Prometheans are actually humans. Number 15, Didact wanted to turn all humans into Prometheans, but the Librarian intervened, betraying the Didact and removing the Composer from his core and sealing him in the cryptum. Number 16, Librarian indexed humanity for repopulation, planting their seeds in places the Didact was unaware of. The purpose behind this was to accelerate mankind's evolution in the Chief's current state, the Spartans and the Aya Cortana. This was planned over 1,000 lifetimes. Number 17, the Librarian is actually dead and this is some sort of dream sequence. Number 18, the Librarian placed a gene song within the Master Chief that contains an immunity to the Composer, but this could only be unlocked through magic powers the Librarian has, allowing her to accelerate the Chief's evolution, granting him the immunity. Oh, Jesus.
Chief, what happened? Your bio readings are all over the map.
It's a long story.
With new enemy class comes new weapon class.
We literally concepted probably 200 weapons for this game before we settled on the half a dozen that went in.
It's kind of like you've got that balance between humans' model of what a weapon's like and the desire to want to try and make something crazy and futuristic.
While they have interesting designs, the Promethean weapons just aren't fun to use. These weapons aren't special and don't really bring anything unique to the table.
Your worst enemy is the weapons and ammo themselves. It is awe-inspiring how pitiful the ammo capacity is for the guns in this game.
Starting with the Halo Combat Evolved plasma pistol, we can see that the weapon consumes 1% of its battery for every 5 shots. Halo 4, however, decided to nerf the hell out of the plasma pistol by making it consume 10 times as much ammo than ever before.
On the surface, it appears that the player has a plethora of options because 343 added so many weapons, but due to poor design, many weapons are essentially useless or run out of ammo so quickly that they can only be used occasionally.
In well over half the game, you exclusively fight Prometheans, who only drop Promethean weapons. Of these weapons, the Suppressor and Bolt Shot are too weak to do anything meaningful on Heroic or higher. This leaves the player with just the Light Rifle as a valuable weapon for most encounters. However, this turns over half of the game into a boring gallery-type shooter. There is, of course, the Scatter Shot, but the Scatter Shot is often too risky due to the Knight's ability to teleport at will and instantly kill you with a single melee attack.
They're not gonna make this easy, are they?
We're going to announce more about multiplayer and Forge later in the year, but right now we're showing War Games, which is the kind of our newly fictionalized traditional competitive multiplayer. So if you want to play Team Slayer, Capture the Flag, you're going to do it under the auspices of War Games.
Is there ranked multiplayer matchmaking in terms of like Halo 2 and Halo 3 where it's 1 to 50? So is the networking going to be peer-to-peer or are you going to have dedicated servers?
That's 2 questions.
Halo 4. From November to January, the average daily peak population is down 62%. So, what's wrong? Why have people stopped playing? Let's start with lack of a skill-based ranking system.
It's the online multiplayer where you will find the most game-changing and controversial changes to the Halo experience.
You're getting points now for kills, assists, distractions.
Once your ordnance meter fills up, ordnance ready. Bam, bam, bam. 3 rewards you can choose from.
I don't like the idea of custom loadouts, and I don't think that needing to unlock your guns makes the game any better.
Plasma grenades. Oh my god, these should not be starting weapons.
Look at everything I posted and name one thing that's wrong in it.
We have to, like, yeah, 343 gave us a shitty game, like, but they're putting in a ranking system. They're putting in a competitive playlist.
They're going to do that. They're going to do that. We don't have any of this. This game is complete fucking trash right now.
Just like in single player, the graphics and detail in all 10 multiplayer maps that shipped with the game are incredible, and that's where 343 Industries deserves a round of applause. It's hard to believe Halo 4 looks as good as it does for being on the Xbox 360, which came out in 2005. Despite all of this, there are problems. Halo 4 shipped with 10 maps, 5 of those being big team maps suitable for no less than 16 players. The thing is, there is only one true big team playlist, which is Big Team Infinity Slayer. How can they reason making half the maps out of the box just for one playlist?
The simple answer to this question, I'll let Kynan elaborate, is that we actually haven't finished the matchmaking playlists for the game. We're working on that now, obviously, as we sort of tune and finalize the rest of the systems.
There are a lot of people right now that are a lot into a different kind of multiplayer game. Games like Call of Duty and Battlefield. How hard is it going to be to harness Call of Duty that has right now like four spots in the top 10 on Xbox Live.
Yeah, I mean it's true. You know, I think we only just crept up above Modern Warfare 2. We compete with them, of course, but we're not trying to copy them or trying to chase their tail. What we're trying to do is make the best possible game we can, and that's what you have to go after. I think if you try and copy what other people are doing and you do it badly, then it's worse than if you'd never tried at all.
343 decided to go the way of Call of Duty by introducing classes where you can choose everything from your primary weapon, to your grenade type, to your armor ability, and so on.
While 343 constantly felt the need to reiterate that they had no intention of copying Call of Duty, let's take a look at some of the quote-unquote new features. In previous Halo games, everybody spawned with the same weapons and or abilities and fought for map control. But in Halo 4, players could choose weapons and perks that fit their playstyle and never had to venture out of their comfort zone. Like perks, tactical packages passively affected gameplay. One tactical package, Firepower, allowed players to carry 2 primary weapons. There is an identical perk in Call of Duty called Overkill. Ordnance drops were Halo's version of kill streaks. The fish stick button layout was introduced in Halo 4. This button layout is pretty much the exact same as the default button layout in COD. Kill cams or instant replay and join in progress were also introduced in Halo 4. I shouldn't have to say this, but these features have been staples in COD for years.
Welcome aboard the UNSC Infinity. I'm Spartan Sarah Palmer, Infinity Commander. Spartans have earned a high degree of autonomy over the weapons, abilities, and armor they take into combat. Access loadouts to customize the gear you take into battle. Rank up on the battlefield and you'll earn all the shiny new toys.
There are issues with some of the weapons available for loadouts. Starting with primary weapons, there's one clear winner, that being the DMR. In my opinion, the DMR should be considered a power weapon due to how accurate and quick you can kill your enemies at almost any range. It has turned Halo into a long-range shooter rather than that classic Halo experience full of both up-close and long-range encounters. The only secondary weapon I have an issue with is the bolt shot.
The bolt shot is used like a shotgun, and when you start with a shotgun in your pocket, you're immediately more powerful than every opponent without one.
The charged bolt shot is a one-shot kill from a pretty generous distance. As you can see here, the bolt shot can kill you up to this red line. What is surprising is that the UNSC shotgun has a shorter one-shot kill distance. The fact that this weapon is available for loadouts is ridiculous.
Spartan Palmer didn't see it as a problem. How about you?
Halo, obviously, really all about the multiplayer. Dive in for more of the core. What are they going to be looking forward to with regards to multiplayer?
The other thing that we showed in the briefing was a new ability called Promethean Vision. And this is an ability that allows players to see through solid objects.
Promethean Vision removes the need for players to properly utilize their radars. The radar already shows you where the player is and on what level they're on, if they're higher or lower. So why do we need an ability that lets players see through walls? It reduces their awareness and cheapens the gameplay for others.
Once your ordnance meter fills up, the UNSC Infinity gives you 3 rewards you can choose from. Those are going to be power weapons, power-ups, or grenades, and you can call them down right to you.
You know, we're working really hard to balance these things out, beat these elements out. We're making sure there's not dominant strategies.
Ordnance is random. I hate the idea that ordnance is random because it just adds randomness to the game. There's a chance that the enemy team are all going to get better weapons than you, and they're going to win because of the luck of those weapons.
World Ordnance, which is present in almost every playlist, is completely random. Every 2 minutes on the game clock, a random weapon will drop at a random place on the map. This eliminates strategy and belongs in a social setting where the game isn't taken as seriously.
The maps feel barren, empty, because there's hardly ever a reason to go looking for weapons or power-ups or anything. Also, because of loadouts, not even basic weapons are on the map, and because of this, map control power positions are nearly non-existent. So it turned Halo 4 into a cheap Call of Duty game where 99% of the time you're just looking for someone to shoot.
If you try and copy what other people are doing and you do it badly, then it's worse than if you've never tried at all.
Forge is our toolset that allows players to customize their own levels. So we give multiple spaces that each have unique components that you can kind of mix and match to make your own layouts.
Almost all of the objects and structures you can place are simply re-skinned versions of objects from Halo Reach, so map creators will be using the same pieces that they've been building with for years. There is also a lack of any large flat areas that would grant you a blank canvas to design a map exactly how you like.
We definitely looked at what we did in Halo Reach and said, what can we remove from this? It's one thing to lose just a stunning amount of map spaces, but like, nobody was expecting useful editing tools, I don't think. Like, that was just a completely, whoa, what?
In Halo Reach, it was kind of cool that you could move things around, but it was still too easy for users.
And we're like, we have to make this worse.
You're now spending like 3 hours trying to get one block to line up with 3 other blocks.
You can do custom colors. You can take these forged pieces and say, hey, that's blue base, so the blue base can truly look like the blue base.
Halo 4's minimized sandbox removes things like, falcons, and if people want to build some sort of freaky map and really make use of the falcon, they can't do that now.
We're incrementally evolving different aspects of the game design, but there's nothing really revolutionary. And I think that's important, because I think really good design is evolutionary, not revolutionary.
And I think at some points we got in our heads with this game that we're just going to make another Halo. I don't think that's what people want. They may think they want that, but what they really want is something that speaks to the things that they love, but then provides them with something new.
Is that the official version these days? You ought to see what came next.
Ladies and gentlemen, from 343 Industries, Bonnie Ross.
At 343, when we think about the Halo universe, we think of it as a real place, inhabited by real characters, and populated with a real, almost tangible history. And so bringing that history to life on Xbox One isn't just about making a game. It's about embracing our traditions and our roots and everything that we are passionate about with Halo. It's about retelling Chief's entire legendary tale, precisely the way you remembered it. And so, on November 11th, 2014, you can play the entire Master Chief saga on a single console with Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Distress call received from Pelican 766. Lasky, this is Del Rio. What's the holdup?
What's the holdup, Chief?
The matchmaking servers are completely messed up. This is one of the worst launches in video game history. I mean,
It's ridiculous. This is like, how the fuck can you release this? You can't release this. Suicide.
The MCC has only been out for 4 months, and of those 4 months, there's not been a single day when the game was fully functional.
Anytime something new is released, it breaks something else in the game. You should have just waited, or just released all these games separately, like you've said in press statements beforehand.
Exactly as it shipped 10 years ago. What? Oh, where am I?
Once a game drops and it comes out, you expect that the game that you buy works.
One of the biggest failures I've ever seen in gaming history.
And it hit the shot. Bam! Sniped the wall. Sniped him right fucking through it. Awesome. Great game we got here.
But ultimately, populations are so low that in most playlists, most of the time, it's not going to be able to consistently match 8 players at the same rank or 16 in big team battle.
Halo 2 worked in 2004. How can this not work in 2005?
But it is overall just a fairly piss-poor job at releasing a game, and I can't believe I'm saying that. It's super depressing that I am.
And I cannot fathom the incompetence of the devs.
Precisely the way you remembered it.
My name's Dan Abe. I'm executive producer at 343 on the Master Chief Collection. So it was interesting, coming out of E3, one of the first questions we started getting was around the ranking system. So we're really excited to be able to talk about it today. So we are using the ranking system from Halo 2. It is going to be that skill-based ranking system where as you win matches, your level goes up, but as you lose matches, your level actually goes down. In addition to having that system, we're doing some things behind the hood, under the hood, for things like that. It's actually just going to end up with, really across any Halo to date, just the fastest, fairest matchmaking system we've ever seen.
It's been 20 minutes.
20 minutes of searching. Nothing. Not a single match. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
It's loading.
We're going.
And like half their team's gonna get pushed out of the game halfway through this loading screen.
If you look at the loading bar, it's not moving at all. Oh, look, it wasn't successful.
Is this one I paid $60 for?
Dude, look at everyone in our game is fucking in my party now.
What?
Everyone that was in our Halo 2 lobby, and you guys are all in my fucking lobby now together, and we're all searching for a big team battle.
No, and we're in Halo 2 Classic now.
I'm in big team. I don't think this game works, dude.
It's Corpman, and today on the Halo Master Chief Collection, if you are Connection host, then you can boot anyone in the game. So once the game starts, you can kind of figure out if you can do this simply by selecting someone's name and then clicking on it. If it doesn't just say mute, if it says boot from the party, like it does right here, then, well, obviously you can boot him. I mean, I actually just booted him. It does actually work. The fact that it's probably the Connection host that gets this capability means that someone will always have this capability. And if this becomes well known, then someone's always going to be doing this.
Oh, shit. God damn it, dude. Alright, dude, we win. Fuck this. Broken ass game. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. We just won. Good game, guys.
Booting the other team on. Ranked matchmaking. Ranked! With the last hold on. Winning! Bullshit!
You're on the other team. God fucking damn it, this game is so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is we're playing twos as well.
Who's party leader? My teammate already quit, really? Are you party leader? You're party leader? God fucking damn it! What the fuck?
The Master Chief Collection has over 100 multiplayer maps. That is every map ever released on Halo 1 through 4, all running at 1080p, 60 frames per second on dedicated servers.
So, here's the thing, right? People have been wondering how it is possible for someone to be the host of a game when 343 industries and Microsoft are claiming these games to be played on dedicated servers. But Frank O'Connor actually commented on this on NeoGAF.com, and I think he makes a pretty good case. He says that match-made games are mostly played on dedicated servers, and things such as a host being able to kick other players or being able to see who is host in general is just a UI bug. He also says, though, that in certain circumstances, the game will fall back to a peer-to-peer connection system. And this is where it gets problematic. The MCC simply does not have any of the functionality that would be required to make a peer-to-peer connection system work properly. An example of that would be host migration.
So the next thing I want to talk about and prove is that host migration is not a feature. So host migration is pretty self-explanatory, but if you're unaware, host migration is the migration or changing of a host during the game. But anyway, the reason that we need host migration, aside from like the bad connection aspect, because obviously if a player pulls host and they don't have a very good connection, then you have to play that entire game on their host, is the fact that when a player pulls host in matchmaking, they can simply end the game. If they quit the game like the normal way, like if you press start and you quit the fucking game, the game ends. And also, if you dashboard while you're host in a matchmade game, everyone goes black screen. Everyone's game crashes. Now, if your name isn't Frank O'Connor and you don't work for 343 Industries, then you could probably tell that this is a pretty big issue. Basically, what 343 did by not implementing host migration, they basically reverted back to Halo 2, where you can stand by. Because honestly, what's stopping you from pulling host in matchmaking and uploading a YouTube video or torrenting or lag switching? You could basically stand by, you could vote objective, you could upload a fucking YouTube video and everyone lags.
Another problem with the matchmaking is that there are many ways for people to cheat their way to rank 50.
For instance, if you get into a game versus players who you think or know to be better than you, or if you get a map that you're not good at, you can just force quit the game through the Xbox dashboard, and your rank will be unaffected. Not only that, but let's say you just played versus someone that beat you, and you don't want to play versus them again. You can just block them and you'll never be matched with or against them in matchmaking ever again. At the surface level, this may not seem that big of a deal, but I think we can all see how this affects the integrity of the ranked system, at least to a certain degree.
The Xbox One block feature was meant to avoid cheaters and trolls, but players started blocking competition in effort to reach rank 50. This was a common tactic for lesser skilled players because they were able to reach max rank without having to play good players. But the bigger issue is that blocking a player negatively affected their reputation. The Xbox One had a reputation system. Players could have a red, yellow, or green rep. After a player gets blocked a certain amount of times, their reputation starts to go down. Once a player was in red rep, they could not find matchmaking games in MCC. This went on for many months.
So as you can see, I'm red reputation, avoid me. Now, I've only actually been reported 15 times in the last 6 months, and I've played at least 5,000 unique players in the last 6 months, so that means easily less than 1% of the people I've played have reported me. Not only am I red rep, I actually received a 2-week ban for how low my reputation got. And if you try to ask Xbox support how to fix your red reputation, their response is you have to play multiplayer games without getting reported. But as you can see, that's a bit flawed because you can't find the games at all in any game.
I've been sitting here for 40 minutes.
We got 2 people. Oh shit. Oh shit. 4 people. 5 people. Oh my god, dude. This is happening. Wait, what's the teams? Why do we have way more people than they do? This doesn't seem fair at all.
Just the fastest, fairest matchmaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the finals. A $50,000 prize pool is on the line as one of these teams will be taking home $20,000.
Now Formal clearing the way. Yes, trying to bring this bomb in. He drops it down accidentally. Let's see. He actually goes for the front ramp. That might be a risky angle, but right now might try to go for the arm. And this is our first bomb arm of the day here. Now almost done. Just a few seconds left.
Oh, and it seems like something has happened.
It looks
here.
like, yeah, our referees indicated that something happened in the back, so we're getting word that something happened with one of the players. We'll have to go ahead and check what that was, so we apologize right there, as that match will need to be restarted, but my goodness.
So I'm going to let you in on some fun facts right here. Halo the Master Chief Collection launched in November of last year, okay? It is now April of 2015, and to this day, if you try to play a match online, there is still connectivity issues. Connectivity issues to the point that 343 had to cancel Cup 1 in the second season of the official Halo Championship Series. The game has been out for a half a year, and 343 Industries has still not resolved the connectivity issues.
343 Industries studio head Bonnie Ross has taken to the Halo Waypoint forums to apologize to fans on behalf of the development team for the performance issues plaguing Halo the Master Chief Collection.
We are deeply sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry.
Anyone who's played Halo the Master Chief Collection between launch and today will get, what's this? A month of Xbox Live Gold and an in-game nameplate and an exclusive in-game avatar. I'm just fucking with you. I mean, you will get those things, but you'll also get Halo 3 ODST completely free.
From everyone at 343 Industries, we are truly sorry and feel your frustration. You deserve better, and we are working day and night to find solutions as quickly as possible, and we won't stop until it's worthy of your passion for our franchise.
He won't stop. 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 He won't stop.
343 Industries has released its big update for Halo the Master Chief Collection, designed to finally lay a majority of the title's matchmaking issues to rest.
We're seeing progress. They're doing the best they can. We can't change anything. All we can do is hope that we get fast progress.
There's some good news and a lot of bad news to this update. 343 Industries has a huge list of fixes included in the update, which you can check out in the link below, but here's the short version.
Halo 5 was nearing its release, and in October of 2015, all resources were pulled from MCC.
I do not trust you. Noted.
My friend's trust is not the issue today, Spartan Locke. It is my trust you must earn.
Arbiter.
You are a hunter, yes, a seeker of things.
That's not the official job title, but it's close enough.
And now you hunt other Spartans.
I'm not so much hunting a Spartan as I'm hunting the Spartan. 117.
Master Chief. Hero or traitor? Spartan Locke. Friend or foe?
Is this what you wanted? Is this what you were looking for?
The one who was supposed to save us all.
Was everything you've compromised, everything you've done, worth it? But now I must save us from you. You've completed your mission, Spartan Locke.
This is the biggest and most ambitious Halo campaign yet. You'll control 2 distinct Spartan squads, one led by the Master Chief, the other by Spartan Locke.
Agent Locke, former Agent Locke, now Spartan Locke, has been tasked along with the other members of Team Osiris to hunt down the Chief.
Right.
And you've seen little hints of that in our Hunt the Truth campaign.
Yeah.
The Chief is AWOL, and he is the #1 task for them to solve.
The official story is the Master Chief is dead. You, Spartan Locke, are the unofficial story. Your mission is go.
Let's hunt him down.
Hey everybody, I'm Ryan McCaffrey with IGN, joined by fellow Halo superfan Mitch Dyer.
That's me.
Mitch, Halo 5 is out?
Yeah, so we're not going to spoil anything that happens in Halo 5, but I do want to talk about something that I think is really important, which is all of the marketing that we've seen for Halo 5, all the trailers, all the live action CG stuff.
Which, it's been an awesome marketing campaign. Hunt the Truth,
Yes.
the podcast, the cool, like, two-sided lock, the initial reveal from E3 a couple years ago, all that stuff's been super cool.
Yeah, but none of it happens ever at all in Halo 5. All of that stuff that got me really excited for the story is inconsequential, non-existent, and not present at all, which I think is really disappointing.
These scenes reflect a setting we never see, conflicts we never get to experience, character development that never happens, and badass dialogue that is non-existent in Halo 5.
But I get it. I get this premise. If the intention was some badass old Spartan versus new Spartan action, they would clash together, you know? That'd be pretty cool. If it actually happened in the fucking game! No, instead, there's a single cinematic where they punch each other a few times.
Sir, you are absent without leave. This is your one chance to come home peacefully.
Press conference, Halo 5 Guardians, and joining us are creative director Josh Holmes and design director Kevin Franklin. Guys, congratulations! The campaign has been shown for the first time ever, and you picked a Commander Locke level, right?
We did. Yeah, I mean, we wanted to show off.
Fans almost immediately noticed something was amiss when all the promotional material for the game didn't feature Master Chief, but Spartan Locke. Fans of the franchise were understandably a little concerned by this promotional material because it kind of suggests that Master Chief wasn't going to be in the game. Something 343 Industries tried to address by releasing a statement saying, no, Master Chief is absolutely still the main character of the Halo franchise and will be the main character of Halo 5. While Master Chief is in Halo 5 as promised, he is not the main character. In fact, he's only playable in 3 of the game's 15 missions.
You play as Master Chief for 3 missions, and those missions where you're playing as Locke do nothing to the story. He's just trying to get to Master Chief. Missions will find you going from one world to the next with absolutely no context, and it doesn't further the story in any way whatsoever.
First of all, we're reuniting Master Chief with Blue Team. They grew up together, you know, they trained together in the original Spartan program, and up until this point, they've mainly been covered within the extended universe, within the fiction and the novels. So bringing them into the game and making them like a primary set of characters within our story in Halo 5 Guardians is a big deal, and it's something that we really worked hard to bring them to life in a way that's true to the fiction.
I think it's
pretty reasonable for me to say, without hardcore statistics, that most Halo fans, and there are millions of them, have only ever played the games. They know Halo through the games, and the games have the mainline Halo games have always led everyone to believe that Master Chief is the last Spartan. He's it. He's the savior. And then when Halo 5 starts, there are 3 other Spartans. We have no idea who they are, where they came from, and they all seem to know each other.
No longer is it possible for players to simply put in a Halo game, be able to play the campaign, and enjoy it just on its own. That's not possible. You've got to do your fucking homework, okay? You've got to read the comic books, you've got to read the novels, you've got to watch the animated TV series, you've got to watch the trailers, you've got to listen to the podcast, you've got to watch Halo Nightfall, and if you don't, well, you're not gonna understand jack shit because you're not a true Halo fan and you don't fucking do your homework.
But then even that doesn't fix it. Like, I knew who Blue Team was because I'm this huge Halo fan who explores the universe, but knowing that almost made it worse because they didn't use Blue Team in the story at all. So these characters I love and know about didn't get any time. It was odd.
There is zero explanation in-game for why the characters Kelly, Linda, Fred, Buck, and the Arbiter are relevant again. I frequently found myself asking, when did Kelly, Linda, and Fred rendezvous with the Chief? Where did they come from? Why are they fighting together? What has the Arbiter been up to lately? Who is controlling the Prometheans? How did Buck become a Spartan 4?
I love being an ODST.
Of course, all of these questions are addressed in the expanded universe, but the trademark of a well-crafted, self-contained Halo story is a limited dependence on its source material. Halo 5's characters are tacked on just because, serving no purpose other than to please fans and satisfy a co-op mechanic.
We're very co-op centric. Cooperative play has been a big focus for us, and so we've built the story and the campaign and the level design of the world around cooperative play, so it really leverages 4 players at all times.
And there were early conversations about, well, if we make it a squad-based game, we can double down on co-op.
Even when people don't have a co-op partner to play with, we're putting the extra Spartans in there.
They'll fight with you, they'll revive you if you go down.
I need support. Need a hand here. I'm down. I need a hand. Need a hand here. Give me a hand.
Pick up that weapon.
Copy that, Locke.
Someone take that weapon.
En route. Check your sight line!
Take this, Spartan.
Copy.
Pick up that weapon.
Copy.
Pick up this weapon.
Roger.
Take this weapon.
Copy that.
Someone take that weapon.
The term we always have internally is your team is your weapon.
Your team is your weapon may have been one of 343's design pillars, but the only way for a Halo game to do this would be to change Halo's core gameplay, which being a main entry in the series and not a spin-off, was not advisable. What results is a designer's no man's land. Spartan Locke and Master Chief's one-button commands aren't able to communicate a sense of team coordination, and suffers from an issue that's plagued mediocre squad-based games. If you need to center your screen on an enemy in order to tell your squad to fire at it, why not just shoot it yourself?
Let's talk about the creative pillars. The world is your playground is our first pillar.
You want to make the mechanics that enable the most cool stories to happen.
That's where Spartan abilities really came online, where it was like, what about movement? What about the suit?
To me, a Spartan is speed, power, agility. This vision, this myth of a Spartan as a superhero.
You see Chief coming down out of orbit, hitting the ground and doing all of that stuff. We want to bring that into the gameplay itself.
What might end up being one of the most sort of overarching abilities is thruster pack ability. Little retro rockets built into your Spartan armor. Can give you a speed boost while you're running, but you can use it in midair.
Jump up in the air and I turn my stabilizers on, these jets kick in.
You can go back, forward, all directions.
We're not really limiting these things.
Common sentiment in Halo 5 is that fighting AI isn't quite as much fun as it used to be. In previous games, their AI were programmed with the knowledge that the player wasn't able to clamber places randomly at any time. They weren't able to randomly have a burst of speed by sprinting at any given time. Because the player was such a consistent target, enemy projectiles were slow moving, which allowed the player to rely less on cover, because if you were skilled enough, you could easily clear a room on Legend legendary by just dodging everything in this complex three-dimensional bullet hell, Halo 5, however, needs to compensate for the level of unpredictability that comes with the player freedom. You find that Halo 5 has a lot more enemies armed with homing weapons and various insta-kill nonsense that made Halo 2's Jackal Sniper so infuriating.
Are there at least a bunch of new enemy types then, right? Nah, the game becomes kind of rather stale and repetitive towards the end, especially one boss battle in particular. Just wait until you fight the Warden Eternal, a boss who is recycled not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, like fucking 7 times!
How do you have one boss for the whole game and recycle it 7 times? It's not even an intricate boss, you just shoot him until he dies. And the last time you have to fight 3 of him. Even better, that last boss, after you beat him, stairs kind of materialize out of nowhere, and this can kill you and set you back to the last checkpoint before you killed him.
What?
Is that it?
What killed me? Are you kidding me?
Warden could have been as unique and engaging as those from Metal Gear Solid, Doom, or Dark Souls, and it'd still make you sick to your stomach by the 5th encounter. It's a desperate plea to extend the game's runtime, and is an indefensible inclusion.
It was like obvious and confirmed later to be true that the game was supposed to have another level to finish the game, and it just cuts off and stops abruptly.
Is there a certain mission or something that you guys are especially proud of, or an introduction of a new character that you think, you should really play through to this moment, or see how this unfolds, or this is the beginning of something else?
The very last scene is pretty good.
The worst part about Halo 5 Guardians is without a doubt Cortana's unanticipated, unwanted, and unnecessary return. If anything, Halo 5 was supposed to be about the Chief learning to cope with her loss and gaining independent skills, while also being hunted down by Spartan Locke for his unauthorized descent from the UNSC. Halo 4's ending could have been further solidified and lent meaning by Chief's realization that Cortana would indeed be gone forever, and that he would need to move on without her. But this isn't the direction the studio took the game in.
Cortana's the villain. You find her on this Forerunner planet, and you're like, you were rampant, like you were dying. This was like AI death. She's like, oh, I found this place, and it cured me. And you're like,
I'm good.
How many times has this AI gone mad story been told in science fiction media? This man versus machine conflict isn't anything new or fresh.
Ah, yes, giant Cortana.
Giant Cortana.
There was an alternate version of the story where when he rediscovered Cortana, she'd like gone berserk with power and wanted to take over Halo in the universe.
What happened to that story?
It was too good. We had to use this one instead.
Let's not go.
I don't believe that for a second.
The very last scene is pretty good.
In recent news, the narrative director of Halo at 343 Industries position has been opened up.
Brian Reed is no longer the narrative director for Halo, and it seems that he's been let go from the company entirely.
Let's start with multiplayer. We're going to start with the absolute best thing about Halo 5, the multiplayer.
There are lots of opportunities to do cool, satisfying things, lots of little tricks.
You can actually now go into an ADS aim down the sight animation on all of the weapons.
You can slide into cover more quickly, you can slide into a kill with a shotgun.
Really, the problem with Halo 5 isn't that the experience it offers is individually poor, it's just that for a lot of fans, not all, it doesn't offer an experience that feels like Halo.
It wasn't trying to be Titanfall, it wasn't trying to be Call of Duty, it wasn't trying to be any modern shooter.
It doesn't play like Halo, it isn't designed like Halo. For many, it just isn't Halo.
Everything from the gameplay mechanics to even the art style. 343 do nothing but change Halo. Change, 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 change.
But what are those changes? And are they worthy additions to the game? Or do we need the classic Halo feel back?
Every single person who came to work here because they wanted to work on Halo.
Round 1.
Spartan abilities, it's an evolution of
Halo multiplayer and just the abilities, right? Like you saw a glimpse of them in Halo Reach, the armor abilities, and then Halo 4, the armor abilities, and now we have Spartan abilities.
What's going to make Halo feel fresh again? How much do you risk alienating the community that brought you this far? Well, Spartan abilities are just some of the features 343 delivered in Halo 5 Guardians to answer these questions, and they were the focus of my responsibility throughout the project's duration. We have to make sure that Halo remains Halo. We've got a very vocal, dedicated fan base that's extremely important to 343 in the franchise. We can't change Halo so much that these players feel like strangers to the game. Ultimately, this demands that we don't overwhelm the player with new actions in an already crowded player decision-making space.
We have all these different movement abilities. It changes all our metrics, our jump metrics, distance. It changes the flow of combat.
That's where Spartan abilities really came online, where it was like, what about movement? What about the suit? What might end up being one of the most sort of overarching abilities is thruster pack ability. You have these little retro rockets built into your Spartan armor. It actually enhances the thing we call the ground pound, which is dashing down to the ground and creating this kind of shockwave splash effect.
If you reach terminal velocity with sprint, you'll get an indication, and if you hit crouch during that time, you'll launch into a slide. You can slide into cover more quickly. You can slide into a kill with a shotgun.
You hit your melee button, you just bash through anyone.
Yo, someone just straight up spawned behind me. Who was that?
Yo!
No
Oh
no
my
way.
god, that was so sick.
Spartan Charge is a thruster-powered melee attack after all. Also, it's reminiscent of Destiny's ability execution. The thing I would say there is if you can leverage success found in other games, do it. I wouldn't advocate stealing for the sake of stealing, but usually it's at least worth trying to see how it feels, and maybe you can find ways to improve upon it in the process. One significant Spartan ability was lost in the end. Here's a pretty simple previs showing proof we pursued and subsequently cut a boost jump. Nothing fancy here, pretty straightforward. We've seen this in other games.
Jump kits extend your natural jumping ability. You can jump once more after leaving the ground.
Nothing fancy here, pretty straightforward. We've seen this in other games. So let's take a quick look at the Spartan in Halo 5. And if it's been a really long time, I should remind you that the Spartan is a playable character in the Halo franchise. All right, hopefully y'all are awake now after that one. And hopefully that was a quick refresher of what the Spartan is and what form they took in Halo 5 Guardians.
Skin in his forehead just like jut out, and there's just like this gap, like he just got hit right in the middle of his face, and it just like morphed in, and it never fixed itself.
Is theater mode coming back for Halo 5?
Absolutely, and in a much bigger way. Now that we're running on dedicated servers, we can actually write your theater replay file to a server and access it live. So we have live spectate mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a big improvement.
Yeah.
You're the last boots on the ground. Stop them at all costs.
Halo's big team battle plans on hold for Halo 5 Guardians. 343 Industries studio head Josh Holmes has revealed that the traditional multiplayer mode won't be available at launch for the Xbox One exclusive.
Halo 5 doesn't have nearly as much content as you think it does. In fact, if you really break it down and examine it, the amount of content it has is borderline depressing.
No real studio-developed launch maps, no infection, cough, assault, and other variants, a broken theater mode, lack of carnage report, and gimped customization settings, and I could literally go on and on and on.
My name is Quinn Deloyo, and I'm the multiplayer designer at 343 Industries.
You guys actually have esports players playing your game, giving you feedback. How's that helped in the design process?
So our pro team back at 343, they kind of belong to the multiplayer team, and we say, okay, this is for the balanced play testing today. We're going to play this mode, this map, go all out on it, and then the very next day we have a report sent to us from the pro team, what they like, what they dislike, what they, what kind of worries them, what they love, just to see, like, from a holistic approach, how does the game look and feel and actually play at that type of skill level.
Do you feel like 343 is really listening and using your feedback to make a positive change in Halo?
Like a half and half type thing, I would say. I think that sometimes they take our feedback and they either twist it or they just don't listen at all.
Simply put, just no. But an example that I have, we were in a call and we were going over like the maps of like what worked, what didn't. And one of the maps that was brought up, everyone, like it was almost unanimous. The pros were just like, no, that's good. Like Overshield's in a good spot. Noob Combo's in a good spot. Like that's probably the map we shouldn't touch. And so it was like, well, something's gonna change. So what is it? And we were like, nothing. Like, don't change anything. We just said it was good, and like they ended up changing stuff.
For 2 years now, we've been telling them what direction this needs to be going in. We've been telling them what needs to be done, but it's being ripped away from us.
In an article on GameSpot.com, Kevin Franklin, who was a design director at 343 at the time of this post, claimed that 343 wanted Halo 5 to be an esport. 343 claims to have engaged with members of the Halo Pro player community early, as well as used the expertise of the ex-pro Halo players on our own development team, integrating them both into our design process. Now, one of the biggest issues with Halo 5's competitive scene were the settings.
Raider's never been there, and it's a reward. Like, you're rewarding every single player in the game, and you give me something like a shotgun. Instead of me having to check like the 4 different corners that someone could come in and flank me from, I just have to sit there and crouch with a shotgun. Then as soon as he turns that corner, just pop, just because I know he's there, because a little dot on my screen is telling me that. I should have to have at least some awareness or some type of skill to be able to pull something like that off and like know where he's going to come from. I should be able to have to check my corners all the time instead of just having something that tells me where an enemy is coming from. Like right now, our biggest problems are automatics, power weapons, and radar.
Halo professionals were subjected to playing with fully automatic weapons, radars, and sprint. There were several attempts by professional Halo players to have these features removed from competitive play. Even Neighbor, an ex-pro who was employed by 343 at the time of this post, claimed that Halo 5 maps played just fine without sprint. Later that year, Neighbor announced that he was leaving 343 via Twitter and closed out his tweet with #ClassicHaloFan. Despite the effort from many of Halo's current and former pros, sprint and radar were never removed from competitive play. Outside of Neighbor, several of the original pro team hires have since left 343 Industries.
Kind of changed the rules of Halo. A game that was traditionally about holding a setup and controlling high ground positions on a map became more about coordinated rushdown strategies. And honestly, I enjoyed it for what it was. If you've seen my videos, you would know that sprint is just the tip of the iceberg. Halo 5's combat system is insanely deep, but they went so far with it and they gave so much power to the player that it does become harder to argue whether or not what we're playing is still Halo or some other crazy sci-fi shooter.
Welcome to the Halo World Championship Tour.
Tonight, we find out who is the best squad on this continent.
Infused on the back foot. Yeah, you heard so much communication from Infused saying, look, I need help here, I need help over there, and they're all just saying to each other, I can't help you, I'm in my own fight. They were all spread out a little bit there, and then they noticed the first camouflage goes to Vex, and finally Vex have taken so much control, and they are just 12 points away from winning this game. Infused, they really need to speed this one back up.
Yeah, and it looks like we may have a problem, Dan. Unfortunately, because that was a hell of a game, but You know, let's give it up for both of those teams in that game anyway, because that was a hell of a back and forth. And
Looks like it was going to be a Quadios grab to make sure. Yeah, Quadios did grab it right at 35. He got killed immediately by Fragger to force the burn. So lots of pressure up top mid. Neither team wanting to give away a free camo.
Right, it's just taking the light rifle, taking things slowly now. SLG comes darting in as I think we've had a disconnect once again. So it is currently a 1-0 lead.
Holding this one right now, looking for some spawns over by the other side of camo, but they are going to be around blue base, and you see a couple players making a move over here, trying to spot anyone. Where that player went, nobody knows.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, and it looks like, okay, that's what happened there. So, of course, we're going to get that one sorted out.
It's going to be a little bit scared, but who did he end up dropping that sniper for? There it is, sniped down. Ready to continue what he is about to do here. So he is going to be peeking.
Snipe down's just sort of like, what is going on here? That was
I've never seen that before.
Odd.
Very unfortunate for them that they did not have that exact time on the camo. The opponent sneaks away with it.
Yeah, again, that's just trust in your coach. If the coach has said that certain time, then you're, of course, just going to believe it, and you are going to dive straight onto it, as Cristola is stood still there. Maybe he was having a chat with the coach just there, but it looks like we are going to be redoing this game. It's 73-31.
We'll wait to hear from the station referee on exactly what the call is. Based on what we're seeing on screen, though, pretty sure this will go ahead and be match will be ended.
And you said you wanted to hear a listening Bravo, so we're going to jump into a Fable listening and see how they communicate.
Watch us one, guys. Watch us one. I'm blue, there's a guy. Okay, is a guy left. Some of them quit. Fuck. Yeah, quick kill. So just play on, right? I don't know. Nice. Play on.
And players just playing on, but it looks like there was another error there. 27-16 as far as I'm aware from that point, but there might have been a couple kills had when one player had disconnected. But I think it's going to be roughly about a 10-kill lead. And of course, apologies for all viewers and everyone involved. Of course, it is very frustrating with whatever is happening with these games. So our apologies, of course, from us on the desk. It's equally as frustrating as I'm sure it is for the players. But regardless of that fact, that was actually a really nicely played stronghold game from Fable. Because I was thinking Vex would have come into that one hot after their performance earlier.
They have a tent outside for people to have the overflow. There's only 3 rows of spectators. You're treating it like it's a relegation match.
Look, that's the Halo tournament right there. That's it, right there.
It's incredible to me that they allow this to happen. And I blame 343 and Halo. You know, they're the ones that are in charge of this.
Today, we're thrilled to unveil the ultimate all-in-one home entertainment system, the one with the power to create experiences that look and feel like nothing else. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Xbox One.
We started really big, new platform, can do anything. It changes your technology, your tools, your pipeline.
We didn't want to do things that kind of fit into the mold of existing Halo.
But it's mostly opportunistic.
It was more, what can we do to continue to evolve the franchise?
If you thought split-screen multiplayer was dying, 343 Industries might have just hammered the final nail in the couch co-op coffin. The next game in the Halo series, a series known for its split-screen multiplayer, will not have any split screen.
The decision to remove split-screen support from Halo 5 Guardians was one of the most difficult ones we've ever had to make at a studio.
Many of our ambitious goals for Halo 5 would be compromised in a split-screen setting, and the time spent optimizing and addressing split-screen specific issues would take focus from building other parts of the game. Basically, what he's saying in layman's terms is this: look, the Xbox One is not powerful enough for us to include split screen. He's just saying it in a more eloquent way. There's no way they can include
groundbreaking technology and the power of the cloud
to set my imagination free.
You know what I got for you? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how that machine worked.
There is no split-screen multiplayer at all. One of the core tenets of the Halo franchise now completely ripped out with no warning.
Now listen, before we get started, I saw some chatter on my Twitter feed about rec packs. Now, Josh, why don't you explain what rec packs are and how they fit in the game?
Sure. So the requisition system is a brand new reward system in Halo 5 Guardians.
Basically, it's kind of a leveling system. We're constantly earning stuff to unlock things like weapons and some cosmetic stuff that you can use in other parts of the game.
The rec system is essentially your standard loot box system, but the rewards you get have a direct and unbalanced impact, like being able to call in a tank. And now, as a normal person, you'd think, wow, that sounds ridiculous. I can't believe you can pay your way to victory. And that's what I thought. And this is how 343 addressed that in their trailer.
Rec is short for requisitions, and it's how players are rewarded in Halo 5 multiplayer. You have single-use cards. These are for your vehicles and power weapons, like this magnificent, perfectly crafted death delivery device.
Wait, won't rec packs with special weapons break the exquisitely refined balance of arena multiplayer?
Secure your noise hole, soldier! Grown-ups are talking.
Shut the fuck up! The grown-ups are talking! If you don't like the system, you're not a grown-up!
Hello everybody, Max Scoville here for IGN News. While gamers will be able to purchase rec packs with actual money in Halo 5 Guardians, developers 343 Industries have systems in place to prevent the game's Warzone mode from becoming a pay-to-win experience. In Q&A on Halo Waypoint, 343 studio head Josh Holmes addressed such concerns for the community, confirming that the deployment of rec items is limited by the rec level and energy systems that govern the Warzone experience. Only by accomplishing tasks during the match will players be able to level up and in turn get more energy to deploy recs.
Hey guys, iSpyful here, bringing you this bonus gameplay video. I set myself a challenge of only using my loadout weapons and the Prophet's Bane power weapon for a full Warzone match. I ended up going 60-3 with one inconceivable medal, which is a 35 kill streak. This was actually really fun to do, and the gameplay you're about to watch was actually my first attempt at doing it. So I think that I could even get a better gameplay if I gave myself some more time to try.
Developers 343 Industries have systems in place to prevent the game's Warzone mode from becoming a pay-to-win experience.
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep.
Along with the gameplay-altering components, the rec system also features cosmetic unlocks. This is a slightly more accepted practice. A lot of games have this, and it's tolerated because it doesn't affect gameplay. It's just cosmetic. How many times have you heard someone say that? But this is also bad. And yes, it does make your game worse. It makes armor customization worse. Halo 5's microtransaction-based rec packs represent the reward structure of the game. When your primary reward structure is occupied by an RNG system featuring microtransactions, that means a potentially better system isn't being used.
Instead of VidMaster challenges, you have a rec pack for $2.99. Instead of the chase to get Hayabusa that had the player doing a list of challenges, one of which required you getting all achievements, a show of skill, you have a rec pack for $2.99. Instead of an actual progression system that doesn't have you gambling either your free time or your money, you have a rec pack for $2.99.
Hi, I'm Josh Menke. Thanks for coming and welcome to my talk on matchmaking for engagement. So let's get into the talk. This talk's not going to go in depth on skill systems, but it is worth reviewing them to understand how they work into matchmaking. So we have a player, but we want to know how good that player is. So we put a number on them. That number should represent their skill. We use the skill to compare players to other players. We can then figure out the difference in their skill from each other. We also want to take this same concept to the team level. And one way is just to take the average of each team. And I call this the team skill gap.
In Halo 5, each player had an invisible rank tied to their account, which is commonly referred to as quote-unquote hidden MMR. Basically, the more you won, the higher your hidden MMR generally was. Hidden MMR punished players with the best win percentages by pairing them up with less than adequate teammates against legitimate competition. Not only was that a terrible idea, but it affected your ability to find matchmaking games. For example, if you had a high win percentage in, say, Warzone, your hidden MMR would be so high that you quite literally would not be able to find games in anything, ranked, social, you name it.
On this video, I really want to prove a point and to show everyone how awful this hidden MMR system in Halo 5 really can be. So basically, last Sunday, I decided to play some arena, both social and ranked playlists with some friends, and unsurprisingly, after nearly 50 minutes of searching, we couldn't find a game in virtually all of the playlists while we were on Expanded. We even had some friends searching at the same time, and they could find games in all those playlists. And obviously, you guys don't have to watch the whole video, but leaving some likes, comments, and shares of this video would mean a lot to me because, you know, it'd bring awareness to this, and maybe I'll be able to play some Halo in the future. That'd be awesome, guys. I'd love to be able to play some arena.
So the Warzone people I contacted, they said to me, like, we can't find any games at all. So we're forced to use brand new accounts and we just destroy the kids all over again. So they're not really solving anything by implementing this new system, because it's just going to force the people who can't find games to make new accounts, and then they're going to match those newer players anyway, and they're just going to drive them out of the game anyway. All you've done is you created a huge smurfing problem in an effort to try combat newer players being destroyed when they first come onto the game.
Something that 343 Industries love to point out is that Halo 5 would launch with 21 multiplayer maps, and that 18 more maps would be added for free post-launch. But this was yet another case of overpromising and under-delivering, because many of these 21 maps were either built in the Forge mode, such as all the 5 breakout maps, or maps that had a few parts of them blocked off to make it smaller, like all the Warzone map variants. Even though these two maps are exactly the same, a few spawn points aside, they do count towards the 21 map total.
One of the most common criticisms of Halo 5 is that it didn't launch with enough content. How many game modes were missing at launch?
Where's Team Objective? Where's Doubles? Where's Snipers? And wait, why are there only 3 arena modes?
Halo 5's not going to ship with Big Team Battle mode. What?
Big Team Battle, a component of Halo that was literally present from the beginning, wasn't available at launch. To this day, it is only available with Forge maps and absolutely no developer-made maps at all.
Even the DLC maps were mostly just Forge-made maps, and those that weren't were often map remixes, which is a thing where developers simply take an existing map, move some rooms and corridors around, give it a new paint job, and call it a new map.
This might be a terrible question, but how much would it be, like, could we even change it from being Covenant to something else?
No.
Okay.
Big change to the center. That's like all of our effort will mostly be spent there. And then we'll kind of like seal off some rooms, maybe change some ramps around.
Is this good with you guys? You guys are all good with that idea?
You're okay with this?
Is that the idea that we could go with?
Yeah, so everyone agrees. A team will be finishing the original map as well, so we're gonna have to be finishing 2 maps in parallel.
They're gonna hate us. You know that, right?
Over the game's lifespan, if we do not count the map remixes or the Forge maps, 343 only released 6 new original maps as DLC, with 3 of them being Warzone maps, and 1 of them being a remake of a Halo 4 map. Of course, it isn't fair to outright not count the numerous map remixes, but why have Forge maps? Why not make maps like High Ground and Zanzibar, with distinct layouts, offering more varied multiplayer experience? You'd say that maybe this is because 343 wanted these maps to also be good for competitive play. But it is a well-known fact that most pros did not like any of the DLC maps added post-launch.
They have not released a single competitive esport-worthy map since the game has launched.
A lot of these maps just feel like they fall in a designer's no man's land, taking parts from existing maps, but not really making any of them stand out enough to offer anything new. It almost feels like 343 had 2 different layout ideas for every map, and instead of carefully thinking about what would work best, they decided to just have both.
Just, you know what? Let's have both and cut split screen from Halo 5. Whoa, we did it!
Halo 5, I think, was about not getting too comfortable with
knowing we could make a Halo game. You can do it once. You can do that crazy Halo 4 thing once, but you don't want to repeat that. You want to get better and better at making a Halo game.
Hines with the sniper. He's gonna pull it out and he'll get sniped.
That went through the wall.
I feel like we've taken 15 or 20 huge risks.
I think we'll have done a good job if people are shocked at the end of the game and surprised by the direction that took.
I know we have a disagreement.
Fire Team Osiris, the light is green.
Launch of Halo 5 really is the beginning of the next step in our journey as we continue to support that game and then dream about whatever comes next.
You know, we have a team that's going to lead Halo going forward.
Now back to work.
Okay, welcome back to our live stream studio. I am happy to be joined today by Bonnie Ross, head of 343 Industries.
Thanks, Brian. It's great to be here.
Well, we have a lot to talk about today, so I'm very happy to have you here. I heard from a lot of folks that they just wanted to know what was going on with the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
It's been tough because there just hasn't been any information to share, but I think today we're going to change that.
We are, and I would just say that we have been looking at when the right opportunity is to upgrade MCC, and when we do it to get the maximum benefit, we do feel that we want to move it to the latest platform updates so we can take advantage of all the great stuff that the Xbox platform team has done.
Sort of with the upcoming release of Xbox One X, it just presented a new opportunity that a new console, along with all the platform updates that you've mentioned, kind of now makes an MCC kind of revisit a lot less risky and a lot more viable in terms of what we want to do and what we actually can do.
So probably sometime next spring, you'll start to see the latest builds of MCC, and I hope you guys will help us out and give us some perspective on what's going on.
Awesome. Well, we'll of course have a lot more information and all the details as we get a little closer and those plans get big, but great news for MCC fans to look forward to early next year. As we're talking the wait has been so long, and we know what this means to fans. So it's important that we bring it to PC in the right way. We're going to be very, very deliberate and intentional to make sure that it's going to get all the treatments that it offers, which includes gorgeous 4K HDR visuals, 60 frames per second gameplay. So that's going to come to Xbox One and to PC. And we're just really excited to now have basically 6 full Halo experiences under the MCC banner.
Halo just came out on the PC, and it came out with a ton of game-breaking bugs, but the biggest one being that if you look at the floor and another person is looking at the floor, anywhere in the map, it'll start hitting them. See, obviously I didn't hit anybody, but I killed that guy right there. Now I'm just getting kills just by sitting here shooting at the floor.
There we go. Double, triple.
Double kill, triple kill. Game over.
New meta. You know, new meta. Oh, and apparently this works with grenades too. So just like look down, throw some nades, and they're gonna appear right under your teammates.
I'm watching you throw the
Oh shit!
I got 2. I got 3.
My first rocket disappeared and it killed someone. I'm actually weird. I'm actually weirded out by this.
Betrayal.
Okay, you see that? Bro, I got kicked from the game.
Why is this Spartan,
Is it black? Is the fucking map black for you?
No, but the Spartan is.
My game crashed.
Wait, everyone's walking into walls. Okay, now I'm in a 2v1. Okay, it's a 2v1 on Valhalla.
Vehicles now quite literally drive themselves.
I say it. It's happening. Hey, there goes the chopper.
Go to shot. We're going to be very, very deliberate and intentional.
Oh, this guy's got rockets. Are they going to be blanks? They're going to be blanks. He's stuck. What's he going to do? He's going for the melees. He's going for the grenades. The grenades are blank. He's in trouble. Glockness, he's going for the reload. He's getting blanks again. It's coming down to the wire. He's got the pistol out.
I don't know what happened to ready when it's ready, but clearly that philosophy doesn't mean anything.
Go a little bit farther. No, yeah, she's going this way. I think I might want to go over there.
Dude, I'm just dying. It's so fucking retarded.
The original Halo 2 multiplayer, exactly as it shipped 10 years ago.
Now running it all the way in now on his own L1, bringing it, he has reached the snipe, and he might just go in right now, waiting for his shields to recharge. He's going for the cap here. I think he's gonna get it, folks. Yes, indeed. And they win the game 3-1. Aspire Esports will take Narrow's CTF.
Yeah, that was such a fast-paced game from Aspire, and that's what I was talking about. When Fantasy doesn't have the snipe and Straight Sig does, like, he's always going to be aggressive. He's always going to be playing towards that objective.
Since the release of the Master Chief Collection, I noticed that the shot registration in Halo 3 on MCC was fucking awful and did not feel anything like the original game on the Xbox 360. Here are a couple examples of my bullets not registering in MCC. Like right here, boom. He's out in the open, I shoot him, blood comes out, doesn't even get hurt. Like here's another one, kid standing still, boom, bloodshot. Look at this, boom, bloodshot.
Riders an opportunity to respond to those one-shot call-outs and actually pick off kills.
What I really love about Halo 3, and I don't know why, Neighbor, none of those shots seem to be registering
for these flight caps.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the...
Whoa. Oh, you see the head shake there, Penguin. Not too happy about that one.
Missing. Clinical work.
And those sneaky plays that would oftentimes... Oh, man. I love seeing a good old-fashioned sniper battle like that, right? Where it's not one that's like all straight to the head. It's just like...
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly.
A little dance through the smoke. And these matches have started off so close, and all it takes is someone sitting like this in the pocket to run away with the lead. Now they're up by 5.
Is the early score. Trippy just watching his L1, hits a shot onto Frosty. Nice job there. Goes for the no-scope on Eco, misses a couple. Oh, that's unfortunate.
You got Frosty with that snipe, looking for angles.
Man, look at that L2 angle.
Could have sworn I saw a little blood there. I don't know. He's going to have the sniper. He's also going to have his teammates there. Body shot's going to spark the shields off. Losing 2 of his teammates, though. And looking at the perspectives of Lux here, it is going to be Gabriel that goes in and grabs the overshield. A breath of fresh air here for Lux Gaming. We've not been able to get the power.
I haven't noticed many people talking about this issue, nor have I seen any videos regarding this. So me and my friend decided to hop into a custom game on the pit to test out how bad the shot registration actually is. So right here on the pit, you know, me and my friend, like I said, we were taking turns shooting each other back and forth. And not one time did the host kill the player who didn't have host. It never happened. Look at this shot right here. Where do my bullets go? And this isn't just one clip, like one time this happened. This happens to me all the time. And it was so easy to replicate it. All I had to do was go into a custom game. We were in there for a couple minutes and boom, I did that. It's not hard to replicate that at all. It has been brought to my attention that the other day during one of Ace's streams, he was playing with Dursky, and both him and Dursky had a little something to say about one of my videos. The video they were talking about was my hit detection video. Now right now I'm going to play the video so that you guys can see what Ace and Dursky had to say about my video. So let's get right into it.
Are you watching the blackout clip?
MCC. Right here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
The first time he's hugging the wall.
I know.
Not near a wall. You're in the wall.
Doesn't even get boom.
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 I don't. It's just that's how they are.
Boom.
You could kind of hear Ace and Dursky giggling in the background and talking shit, and it's pretty fucked up because they're both public figures. Ace is a huge Halo pro and has been for many years, and Dursky used to be a Halo pro and he's currently employed by 343 Industries.
This is why people don't like Halo 3. It's because they're trash.
I fully understand that companies talk shit about clients and customers all the time, but Dursky, bro, you're on a live stream with hundreds of viewers, and you're laughing at a guy who's trying to make a difference.
The point I was trying to make in this video about the blood shots was that you'll have players standing out in the open, like this guy on the pit, and I'm getting a bloodshot on him.
17,000 views.
I know. I had people coming to me like, yeah, can you watch this video? And this guy's shot registration shit. I was like, yeah, sure, let me see it. And I just started laughing literally, like, out loud at work. Just laughing.
Somebody at work showed you this?
Yeah, somebody was like, yeah, you should look into the Halo 3 shot registration. I was like,
when was that?
Like, in, like, February.
So let me get this right. Somebody at work showed you my video, and told you that you should look into the Halo 3 hit detection on MCC, and you just laughed it off. You just laughed it off, as if it's not a real fucking issue.
One of the things that we're going to try and do is have a much more open dialogue with the community.
One word for you.
343 have created new interfaces and new menus for everything from matchmaking to customizing your Spartan. And now you may be asking something along the lines of, okay, how badly can you really fuck up a menu though?
What actually irritates me is the game no longer has a voting system.
In the original Halo Reach matchmaking, players were able to vote on the map that they would prefer to play. While you were never guaranteed to get the map that you voted for, it's a good system to have in place. 343 have done away with this system to replace it with nothing. Now there's no voting and the map selection is entirely random.
The other annoying part is you don't even see what game mode you're playing before the game starts. The Halo channel still doesn't work. Yep. It doesn't work.
Look, here I have Forest selected as the colour for my armour, but the last colour I moused over was Cyan, and the game is still showing me what my Spartan would look like with cyan highlights on her armour, even though I've moused away from that now. This is really inconvenient. Let's say I want to see what my Spartan looks like with white highlights and teal armour. No, that's not... No. White highlights... No.
Unlocked avatars and nameplates don't tell you what you did to unlock them. The leaderboards load way faster, but it bugs out whenever you try to change the filters.
I want to see what my logo looks like with a triangle background. And to do that, I'm going to click the triangle and then slowly guide my cursor through this tiny... Fuck!
You get to see the server ping in different countries, which would be helpful if the game wasn't region locked.
Let's say I want to change my Spartan's helmet. Mousing over all of the different helmets doesn't actually give you a preview of that helmet until you click on the folder to open up and see all of the different variants of that helmet. Okay, so let's say you've actually entered a folder to check what that folder actually contains. Well, when you exit that folder, it takes you back to the top of the list. So let's say you want to find one specific helmet that's right at the bottom of the list. You have to actually click each folder, then go, oh, no, it's not this one. Then try to remember your spot, and oh, hang on, which one was it I was looking at?
And really, I mean, we're still working at it, right? I mean, really nailing that interface, that UI, has been a massive task, but it was funny when we started talking about it at a conceptual level, it was one thing, and as we started showing it to people, and people really saw how powerful a tool we were putting in the hands of the player with that interface, just everything just clicked.
Halo Infinite multiplayer will be free to play.
We want to make sure we hear our players, make sure the game is ready for launch.
We're going to give you great ways to customize your Spartan.
Millions of customization combinations for Spartans on the battlefield.
When you're making a competitive game and it's on PC, you need anti-cheat.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What?
What you say?
Look at the flick of that wrist. Look at the flick of that wrist. Look at the flick of that wrist.
Halo Infinite is the most powerful game ever made. Look at the graphics of the monkey. Truly, this is screenshots from Halo 3. Okay, now this is Halo Infinite, right? Now look at the graphics of the monkey.
And my biggest concern is the graphics. The biggest problem is this does not look next gen. The combat looks fantastic, but the graphics do not impress me.
I mean, this doesn't look offensive to me in any way, but I was expecting to be a lot more excited about this.
My
Microsoft has announced that Halo Infinite has been delayed from its originally planned holiday release of 2020 to an unspecified date in 2021, meaning it will not launch alongside the Xbox Series X as Xbox had previously planned.
Captain's report, February 4th, 2021. 5 years. 5 long years.
No! No! No, 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 no! This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on.
Giving why Halo Infinite looks so bad. People are gonna be mad.
Did you feel underwhelmed by the graphics?
I can't stand this.
At first it was going well,
We've got a lot to talk about today with Halo.
then setback after setback,
Halo Infinite has been delayed from its originally planned holiday release.
loss after loss,
This is the second Halo Infinite director to depart in 2 years.
made what was going to be a quick and decisive win into 5 years of hell.
Halo Infinite will feature a free-to-play multiplayer mode and run at up to 120 FPS on Xbox Series X.
Putting aside our sorrow, we renewed our faith in the prophecy that other rings would be found, and see how our faith has been rewarded.
To everyone who played in the recent multiplayer flights, your passion and feedback and spectacular gameplay clips inspired all of us as we made the final push to get Halo Infinite ready for launch. As a thank you and to celebrate our 20th anniversary, we wanted to do something special. So let me hand the mic to Tom French, creative director for Halo Infinite Multiplayer. Tom?
Thank you, Joseph. On behalf of the entire Halo team, it's my honor and privilege to announce that your Spartan journey begins today. Right now, you can download and start playing Season 1 of Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer beta on Xbox One, Series S, X, and PC.
We're here! We're here! Yo!
In my opinion, this is the best Halo multiplayer experience that has ever been conceived.
It's so fucking good to have Halo back.
Impressively, it manages to give nostalgic veterans the best of what they remember Halo multiplayer feeling like, while also smoothly introducing new players to the joys of Spartan combat.
Halo Infinite is the best AAA game Microsoft has put out in over a decade.
This is cool, this game is great, it's fun. However, when the honeymoon phase is over, it's going to become pretty negative. People are going to start picking apart the game and start playing the same maps over and over, start having the same experience over and over, and ultimately 343 is going to lose that overall interest they want so desperately for Halo Infinite to have.
I have a Ferrari, but I only can drive it down my block and back at the speed limit. So what's the point of having a Ferrari if you don't get to use its full potential? You know what I'm saying? That's Halo for you.
Nothing makes me lose interest in a game faster than realizing just how little there is to do in it.
And this week, we actually got no update from 343 at all on the state of the game.
I am just a little bit confused on why the game is lacking so much. You know, if they think that launching the game bare bones and then dripping us over the next year of basic features and modes and maps that should have been expected at launch after 6 years of waiting for the game, then I have bad news. I'm pretty sure that that is going to backfire.
This is all I got.
The game launched missing key modes like Infection. It launched with a total lack of playlist variety. It launched with an egregious monetization system and no progression system. It launched either totally lacking social and community features, or with the features there but completely broken, like theatre and customs. All these things just in an abysmal state, somehow even worse than Halo 5's launch. And what's worse is we have no idea when many of these features are either going to be added or fixed.
But when you pay $10 for a fucking battle pass, and then you can't even enjoy yourself playing this game to level up that battle pass, there is an actual issue.
Now we're getting these ugly armor coatings for $20. And I really do not like that 343 is not talking about how much these microtransactions are. If they monetize nostalgia, people are going to get pissed off. The upsetting part is that it's probably going to work. $20 is a scam for a lot of these armor coatings. I think it's ridiculous.
I've never in my life seen a game like this that actively punishes you for fucking playing it, for grinding it out, for spending your time on it.
Zvezda armor set, 2,000 credits. Let's check it out. Wow, the color white, very nice. Let's buy this bundle. My god, $20.
And someone brought up, oh, did you see that they announced the release date for Halo Infinite Season 2? And I said, cool, and just shrugged it off. And they said, did you also hear about the delay? And I said, the fuck you talking about, Willis?
Guys, it's just a beta. Wait till the full game releases, then it'll be completely different and we'll have all kinds of content.
Now it's guys, wait until Season 2.
Yeah, well, no, we just gotta wait till Season 3.
Season 2 is gonna have all the stuff.
We just gotta keep waiting.
What is Halo multiplayer? And for me, it boils down to this tight arena style combat and big team battle, this wide open, vehicle infused kind of combat.
When it comes to the vehicles, we went in and decided to invest a lot in the systems. When I take damage in my Warthog, my wheels can get blown off, my hood can get blown off. There's different aspects of the vehicle that change how my vehicle handles now.
Please fix the hijack mechanics against tanks in Halo Infinite. You can plant a grenade, it does nothing, takes like 100 punches, and it doesn't even kill the driver. They can just get out when the vehicle is almost dead.
For me, BTV is all about experiencing the full extent of the sandbox of Halo in just one match, right?
The desync in BTB was very bad. I'll have my footage on screen now. It just wouldn't do damage to this guy. I shot him heaps and just wouldn't do damage.
A lot of our stuff is unlocked through playing the game and only through playing the game.
Why the fuck you lying?
When we didn't put split screen in with Halo 5, I think it's incredibly painful for the community and for us. You know, I think it erodes trust with the community, as the community is part of our world building. A lot of learnings from that. And I would say for any FPS going out forward, we will always have split screen in going forward.
A new update is coming to Halo Infinite, but sadly a fan favorite feature is being scrapped: local co-op.
Meanwhile,
Apparently there's an issue with the Juneteenth emblem and nameplate that 343 added to Halo Infinite. If for some reason you don't know, Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States, and it's all about commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. If you guys have seen any of my, face cam videos, obviously, I am half black. So this is something like I need to check on, just like on a personal level. Okay, so there's the nameplate, Juneteenth nameplate. And like the description says, commemorating the end of slavery in the United States. Apparently there's an issue with like the palette. Oh, bro. Yeah, the name of the palette is Bonobo, which is a monkey. Wow. So I don't think this is a coincidence. I don't even know what to say, man. I just think this is just sad.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, not only to go after this list of things that you talked about, which we're fired up to do, but to work on experiences that we're not quite ready to talk about yet. We have had to make the difficult decision not to ship campaign split screen co-op and take the resources that we would use on that and go after this list and all these other things that we're going to talk about in just a sec.
And I would say for any FPS going out forward, we will always have split screen in going forward, but painful learnings.
Liar!
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
So 343 apparently couldn't quite crack the code on making split screen work. Meanwhile, just fucking rock hard dicked gamers on Twitter were able to immediately figure it out only hours after their announcement through glitching. Yeah, here we go. Here, Mint Blitz even talked about it.
With the use of a glitch, you can actually get into the...
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Right now, guide.
$500 million in the Halo Infinite, and 343 fumbles it extraordinarily. They didn't even launch the game with, like, any content, unfortunately. And it has been over a year and still well, it hasn't been a full year yet, but it's coming up, and still has barely any fucking content. And now they cancel one of the most basic features that games have had for the last 25 years. Though split screen's been phased out from most major games just because they don't bother, because most people don't do couch co-op. But it's still like a really easy feature to implement, I imagine, because it's been there for so long.
And for most Halo fans, like, that's not what their experience was with the game. It was not like a super sweaty competitive game. Most people's experience with CE multiplayer, you're either running around like totally by yourself just looking at all the maps, or, you know, you played 4-player split screen on a single TV. And, you know, that was not a competitive thing at all. That was just for fun.
And as long as there are those that remember what was, there will always be those that are unable to accept what can be.
You lost! How does that feel?
That was terrifying to watch.
Oh my god, I'm here to fight the Covenant and for social justice!
It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. Oh man, this fucking, it's dead. Fucking Halo is dead, man.
Seen like all the toys and the merchandise. They got the Master Chief Halloween costume coming.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we did everything that goes by. I have to approve or disapprove, and you wouldn't believe like the amount of things that Brian and I have to disapprove.
What do you have to disapprove? What are some of the crazy ideas people come up with?
Halo bed sheets for kids.
Right.
Not gonna happen.
Specifically console people asking, since they've seen many people playing Halo Infinite on PC using aimbots and cheating. Halo Infinite multiplayer came out on November the 15th, almost a month earlier before its original release date, and the great thing about the multiplayer is that it's completely free to play, so anybody can pick it up and enjoy it. But with depressing predictability, a free-to-play competitive game like Halo Infinite will always have its downsides. That being a small group of people downloading aim assist applications so they can ruin everybody else's game.
Man, it's cheating. I was supposed to kill him right here, and then he spraying me. Look. Jesus.
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
You fucking kidding me?
No scope. Killing frenzy.
Now, where I have a problem with the current matchmaking systems on Halo Infinite are this. One, if you're too good or too bad, you get completely locked out of matchmaking, especially in social-based game modes. It also means that if you're a very good player and you do find a game, you're going to be given worse teammates to make sure the games are fair, but often that just means you lose, and the people on your team have a terrible time.
I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but ever since Jerry Hook's departure from 343, the store prices have continued to rise each week. There are less players playing the game right now, and they've had the great idea to raise the prices. That has to be the dumbest move I've ever seen. Right now, I'm seeing tons of people on Twitter, YouTube, Reddit saying that's it, not buying anything from the store.
Halo
Halo Infinite is a parody of games. It's not even a real game at this point. 343 Industries has completely destroyed any potential this game had. I don't know how, but somehow everything they do is just a complete utter joke. We started off with a 6-month-long season for the Battle Pass and such, and if you know anything about seasons, you know they're not 6 months long. But recently, 343 Industries decided 6 months wasn't long enough for a season, so now Season 2 is gonna be 10 months long. Not to mention, basically none of the features promised are in this game yet. Forge, delayed. The split screen co-op, completely canceled. Even though players have managed to glitch this game to get split screen co-op, if players can glitch your game to get a feature in it, why would it be canceled? That just means it's literally already in the game. And they're having a match XP beta in November. And does that mean you'll actually get XP for, like, you know, being good at the game? Because currently all you get XP for is doing dumb challenges that 343 Industries set up. And if that is the case, and it is gonna be skill-based XP, why do you need a beta? You've had this in previous games. This isn't some new feature that doesn't exist. This is literally in every single game. They even had the balls to tease events coming in January of 2023. That is all they have to offer. Remember when Halo 3 was the fastest selling game ever? How did we go from that to this garbage? And the best part about this roadmap is that in the top right hand corner it says subject to change. Yeah, because 10-month-long seasons isn't long enough, right guys?
In a lot of ways, Halo 2 is just the, you know, an extension of all the excitement we felt at the end of Halo 1 and that we didn't get to, you know, that we didn't get to express. Just in every way, we've really increased the scale and the scope of the game.
Exploring huge environments, 10 times the size of Halo 1.
It's about kicking ass in as many ways as possible, in as many different bodies as possible.
Halo 2 is about guns and more guns. That's what it's about.
How has the fact that you're now running the show there affected the game?
Yeah, you know, I think diversity does attract diversity. So I think we have a more diverse team than in the past, which I think the team actually really appreciates. And I also think that diverse teams do kind of create a diverse output, or how diverse thinking and innovation on where you're going. And so I think that having more women on the team, we have a lot of really strong female characters. We have a lot of really strong male characters too, and a really diverse character set that, you know, I'd like to think that just the awareness of having a diverse team makes both males and females think differently.
There it is! What number is that? 8! Right! The number 8 is the number of the day! If you were a woman and I was a man, let go! If all of the kings had their queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise our toast. I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. I'm a Barbie girl, I'm living in my own world. I am plastic, call me classic.
DJ Precise!
It goes around the world just la 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 la. It's all around the world. Even now and then, I think about me now and who I could have been. And then I picture all the...
We're a very competitive game. That's our DNA. That's who we are, right? You go back all the way to the very first Halo, right? Multiplayer. I mean, it is a highly competitive game.
We've really gotten hardcore about instituting afternoon playtests. Okay, it's territories, 15-second respawn time.
And it's become fundamental in how we're working on the game.
I think Halo 2 multiplayer has been played like 4 billion times.
Multiplayer is a little different because it's more like a sport in that you're, you know, yes, the game is there, but it's basically helping you compete against your friends.
We almost cut multiplayer out of it a few days before we had to ship the build because it wasn't really working that well. You know, we were having arguments about how many people can actually connect a box together. We're like, yeah, maybe in college dorms people will do it, but who's going to carry a TV to their friend's house?
Everybody was pushing to keep multiplayer in, but none of us knew just what it would mean.
That was the first time I had felt like I was part of a team that was moving inexorably towards something.
you basically get to rage against each other in this crazy combat world. It's really amazing to get online for the first time when there were a bunch of people online and just press the button that said, I want to play, go find me some other people who want to play and choose a game type. It's pretty cool, and just stick me into this fest.
Your opponents are always new and they are always adapting.
Super addictive. We played it every single night for 1 year.
I wanted to make a party game with shooter mechanics. I wanted to make a game that Nintendo could ship, but it was using shooter mechanics. It wasn't using goofball, Mario mechanics or Zelda mechanics.
That's for DNA.
Is the Master Chief a traitor? Is he gonna die? Who's this dude that just shot him? What are you talking about? He didn't shoot him. The Master Chief was gonna shoot him. Like, what? What are you guys doing to Halo? That's the point. That's the point.
You actually want to get to the point where the player goes, well, wait a minute, I've been this character for 3 games. They can't possibly kill me.
Cortana's our concern now, sir.
Is it more satisfying as a player to kill Guilty Spark yourself, or to see the Chief do it in cinematic? But as soon as you make that decision, you're taking that action away from the player.
Now Master Chief begins a deeply personal journey, questioning authority and searching for the truth.
There's no sense of heroic action if there's no real consequences.
Do it.
Is Miranda coming across as strong enough?
Now.
Does the Arbiter have enough vengeance built up in him to really push that sword into truth?
You must be silenced.
The journey is the important part. The growth is the important part. And so really, where does he still need to go as a human? That became the key to not just the story of Halo 4, but the entire trilogy.
You need to constantly remind players of what they're missing, that this thing is something worth going after. But if it was just a straight, now go find her, here's a map, people wouldn't care.
Chief, it's not safe.
Master Chief is human. He's not a machine. He's not a set of armor with a big weapon. He's a human with resilience.
The success of the story is we didn't pump a lot of time into figuring out who the Master Chief was and why he was a ghost in the shell. We thought he is a husk. He's a big green suit of armor that you move around.
There's something good about having the Master Chief essentially be a blank slate that helps each individual person connect to the character. From the art process, storytelling is just about engaging the player. You don't have to answer any questions. You don't have to take them through a lot of loops of feeling. If the player is engaged, I think you've got the start.
To give the brutes more depth, they need to have a history too. So I look at the brutes, I try to imagine what their home world is like. Maybe they're from a place where they hammer ore and there's lava and magnetism. And I say, okay, well, how do I build a magnetized metallic lawnmower that's fun to drive and shoot people with?
You think about basic combat encounter design, a lot of the challenges designers face is how to introduce enemies.
What would a Promethean do if it could bend time, space, form, matter?
Knights can phase in out of anywhere.
He's able to go where he needs to at any time, which is something the Covenant can't do.
Here are the brand new hooks to the sandbox.
The game to be interesting, like the guys you're playing against have to be fun to play. That's the profile of the character. Create an interesting look from afar. Is it fun to shoot at him when he runs around? Do you see his limbs moving up and down because there's things jutting up from the sides?
The moment where all the Promethean effects really started to click the most was when we started showing the dissolve whenever you kill a knight. That was really when we started to feel, yes, this is something cool, this is something unique, and something that we haven't really seen before.
You can have all the great graphics and all the different characters and lots of different weapons with amazing effects, but if you don't nail that 30 seconds, you're not going to have a great game.
The sandbox is all of the characters, weapons, and vehicles in the game, and how they interact with each other through damage and AI and the player control.
The art direction specifically for Halo 4 isn't about creating an emotional tone for Halo 4, it's about creating an emotional tone for every single moment and experience that the player needs to understand.
This is gorgeous, but this is an absolutely awful space to fight bad guys in.
Tell them to drop everything and recraft this.
This space needs to be fun before it's pretty.
Every mission has its own feeling, and you don't just get that sense of
oh, I'm going from room to room and just killing more guys.
We tried coming up with this perfect mix of stuff that was still relatable. You would still identify a weapon as a rifle or a shotgun or a submachine gun, even though they're almost magical.
It was really getting hard to add new weapons because balancing 40 weapons, you're going to feel like you have a weapon that is a clone of another. So the direction that we took is we added a new set of really, really powerful weapons that you don't really keep for a long time.
The Forerunner Scattershot was probably the first one where we really nailed the design on it. Everybody loves the hinge action shotgun.
The basic design for a weapon needs to be fun to shoot and fun to be shot at.
Weapon skins. People love Magnum skins. People love AR skins because of the arena starts. Yep. We see a very clear need there.
We also have ways for them to paint different parts of the water parameters.
And then the engineer looks at it and goes, oh wow, I never thought you'd be doing something like that with my system, but that's so cool looking that I want to make a better system for you to do that.
It's pretty obvious to us when we start working on these maps that they have to be fun for the 100th and the 200th and the 1000th time.
We knew we wanted to expand the audience as far as we could, but still satisfy the core as much as possible. We had to break everything down to line-by-line evaluation of our current scripts and redefine that core loop to not make it like Halo 2 or like Halo 3 or something in the middle, but make it
Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
We know like there are people that love Sprint and there are people that just feel like Sprint has no place in Halo. And so for us, it was about how do we balance that? How do we counter that?
Every weapon now has a zoom in.
Holographic image comes up, it's all slick. It helps me with some types of weapons, especially rapid fire weapons in my case.
You have a situation which is very common. Two guys get into a fight. Is there a way to mix that up?
Say you start getting hit by a battle rifle from behind. Let's say you have a bubble shield, you drop it, all of a sudden you're completely shielded from this guy who's firing on you. Or you have a trip mine and you realize a warthog is barreling towards you. You deploy the trip mine at the last second. And yes, you die, but you take out those damn bastards that just ran you over. Competition.
Competition. Competitive as possible. Very competitive.
Really competitive.
Competitive. Competitive.
Competitive.
Competitive.
Competitive.
Oh, you're opening up a pack.
Animating.
Someone make sound effects.
Mongoose, Needler, Ghost, Fuel Rod Cannon.
Yes.
All the details are in.
I love it.
That's fantastic.
All of the wiring in the house runs into one room and into a pair of switches and then goes out again.
Playing offense. Oh my!
What it comes down to is getting together with people and being able to yell at them, being able to like reflect on the gameplay afterwards.
Blue team got the most captures.
Jump up and scream and throw your controller down, and you hate it but you love it and you gotta play again. Proximity voice. You can get close to somebody in a game and talk to them and only that person can hear you.
It was really amazing to get online for the first time when there were a bunch of people online and just press the button that said, I want to play, go find me some other people that want to play and choose a game type that's pretty cool and just stick me in it as fast as you can. And to have that process happen in like 5 seconds.
Halo 2 Anniversary will contain the original Halo 2 multiplayer exactly as it shipped 10 years ago. Take the things that we love about the Halo scores that have come before and try to put that into it, but then also add in the things that really excite us, so we create something that's really honest.
As intimidating it is to follow Marty's scores.
There's always a point, like when I'm all by myself composing, and this just happened like within the last 24 hours, where I'm thinking, is this anything? Is this idea going to be interesting to anybody? You have these whole series of self-doubts. And then there comes a point where I get over the hump. Like I add some instrument or I play some melody and it's like, oh, okay. That's what this was meant to be.
Marty's pretty amazing. Marty makes pretty much everything we do twice as good, and that makes me really angry because he's just about the only individual who has that level of contribution to the team. But I would never say that to him.
There it is.
I don't know.
Something.
Bet you can't stick it.
Bet you can't stick it. Oh,
You're on.
What was that? That's something for the fans.
I like that. That was
That's
the first I've seen
for
that. The little glowy.
That's for the really
plasma grenade.
hardcore, like German press corps.
Let's move. Take him out!
The Master Chief is called, but your passage is denied.
Epic worlds, epic battles, epic scale.
This is the biggest and most ambitious Halo campaign yet. What you're about to see is a giant leap for Halo multiplayer, and it's playable here at E3.
Halo 5 has arrived!
After E3, instead of being able to jump into all of our levels and go right into it, we're still trying to figure out where we're going and what the quality bar is going to be. Because right now, the game is not fun.
We are the most cynical people. Like, we are the jaded crowd who, if a game doesn't entertain us in 5 minutes, we stop playing it.
As we design these things, we put together the best plan. I look at the changes that we're making, and it really feels like we're making a sequel to Halo 3. And that's exactly what we're setting out to do.
If you somehow believe that what you're doing is the greatest thing ever all the time, it's absolutely not going to be the greatest thing ever.
We write the first draft of the script, but it's not great.
I didn't see any shape to this story. Nothing happy, nothing sad, nothing intense.
I'm sitting here, day in and day out, working on the cinematics. And every scene that I make, there's this voice in the back of my head saying, what is keeping the player from skipping this? What's keeping the player from hitting a button and just going right to the end?
Ultimately, it's involving the player and making the player really feel that they're in this story.
You want to establish that this is something a little bit more important.
The story that we're trying to tell has higher stakes. Whether we can do that, we won't know until that thing's in people's hands and they're playing.
This is Spartan 117. Can anyone hear me? Over.
Well, we had such a great ending to Halo 2 where Master Chief said, I want to finish the fight.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
We want this to be the Return of the King. We want this to be the final chapter in an epic trilogy.
This is the end of our trilogy.
This is going to be the end of the story. This is going to be the end of the fight.
Halo is dead. Halo Infinite is dead.
Halo Infinite is dead.
This game is dead. Like, there is nothing.
Halo's dead. What's happening with Halo Infinite is a goddamn embarrassment and can go on no longer.
343 Industries needs to go. They do.
You are the flagship IP for Xbox. It is a travesty what you're doing to the franchise.
It's a shame to know that 343 Industries is so blunderingly brain damaged that they cannot handle creating a new goddamn Halo game. I know that sounds harsh, but it really is. We've given them so many chances.
How is 343 still working on Halo? Like, how is Microsoft not pissed off about this? They took their flagship IP, like their top, most recognizable fucking game, and absolutely destroyed it. They made Halo a joke. Halo's a game people laugh at now.
This game is being laughed at. It's going down as the biggest missed opportunity that the industry has seen in recent years. And with each bit of news that comes out about it, the people who left the game behind are just getting further and further away, watching it burn down in flames in the rearview mirror, probably thinking to themselves, damn, I'm glad I got out of there.
That's a goddamn disgrace. Halo is the franchise you put on the front of your original Xbox, your 360, your Xbox One, and your Series X. You have the gall to do that to the franchise. That blows my fucking mind.
They fumbled it. They fucked it up so bad. I don't get this.
Is no one pissed off as much as I am? Am I the only guy that is furious about the state of this game?
Now, Halo Infinite, all right? I gave this so many chances. You know, this is the last stage. This is the last hope for Halo.
Microsoft has ruined multiple different franchises after they have taken control of them. I mean, look at the track record here.
Can 343 handle the franchise?
It's like impossible for me to feel like this game is not completely doomed. Like, bro, I am just honestly completely out of hope for the future of this game.
Farming Simulator had more concurrent users on Steam than Halo Infinite.
You gotta fire Bonnie Ross. You gotta fire Frank O'Connor. You gotta fire Kiki Wolfkill. Fuck, get them the fuck out of there.
Can we just reboot the series and pretend 343 hasn't made Halo games?
343 is one of the most incompetent developers I've seen in a hot minute.
Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, when it came to a Halo game back in the day, like Halo Reach, we had a full campaign, okay, a full multiplayer with 14 maps, not 6. Okay, there was custom games. There was some firefight. Okay, hey, let's not forget that we had Forge World, which is pretty great for its time. Even had a theater mode built in day one.
Is 343 really allowed to fuck up, severely fuck up, yet again, and they're just allowed to continue working on Halo?
Halo 4, Halo 5, Halo the Master Chief Collection, and Halo Infinite. And every single time they fucked up.
There's been missed calls, mismanagement for 4 games in the franchise now.
Halo's been going through what feels like a perpetual rough patch for a decade now. This is the franchise that ensured the initial success of the Xbox brand, that then went on to ensure the initial success of Xbox Live, that set the course for every console first-person shooter born after 2001, and that established the foundations of online matchmaking as we know it. And the fact that the franchise that achieved all of that has been allowed to remain in this state for so long is nothing short of ridiculous.
I would love Halo to succeed, okay? But to do that requires 343 being completely shit-canned and replaced by some new developers.
Does Microsoft just not realize Halo's potential? Do they think it's just, people got bored of Halo?
There's a common misconception that Halo's decline in relevance started with Reach, but the truth is that Halo never died of natural causes. Its core identity never got stale. The series took a U-turn at the height of its popularity and course-corrected into an unknown future. When Reach came out, it was able to coexist with Halo 3 just fine. It's when Halo 4 came out that all 3 games saw a steep drop-off in players.
You cannot let a team toil and mess around and goof off with your flagship IP for almost a decade. We're talking a fucking generation and then some of 343 trying to figure it out.
I mean, this is a company, 343, that has claimed to have hired people that hate Halo. Like, what? What?
When Halo 4 was first shown to the Microsoft executives, they said, this just looks like Halo, and it got changed.
You got Fire 343 trending everywhere. You got a significant portion of the fan base that wants 343 gone or wants management gone.
There are more people than ever wanting 343 Industries to be taken away from making Halo games, to have the IP given to a new developer like Certain Affinity, Max Hoberman's company.
Halo Infinite was in development for 6 years, the longest development cycle that any Halo has ever had, and it has come out with the least amount of content that any Halo has ever had at launch. Something here is not right.
What I am asking for is for Xbox and Microsoft to reevaluate how they manage Halo as an intellectual property.
Microsoft, I compliment your genuine patience on the matter, but there's gotta be someone else on the table. There has to be.
Think about it, man. Who in the world wants to go work somewhere where like a not significant portion of the fan base wants the studio shut down?
I don't even know at this point if I see a future for Halo.
Y'all fucked up. Get a new developer in the door, Microsoft.
This is not acceptable in any other pocketed industry. Whenever any IP was mismanaged in any single instance, someone else got their hands on it.
There have been game studios shut down for having screwed up far less than 343 have.
Everything we've heard from the inside is held together by sticks and duct tape. The game is falling apart. What is happening?
256,000 at launch, pretty much. All you have seen is this number drop and drop and drop. It just keeps getting lower and lower as time has progressed.
So we've seen the player count drop month after month, and you can argue it's Steam only, but I guarantee that this is reflective of all platforms.
Halo 4 brought us an art style that nobody wanted, nobody asked for, and when Halo 5 came out, they doubled down on it. Halo 4 basically tried to copy Call of Duty's multiplayer, and that's not something that Halo fans want. Halo fans want Halo.
So they just asked him, how in the world do you choose which companies actually work on Halo? And what does Frank O'Connor, franchise creative director, how does he answer this question?
It's kind of like porn. You know it when you see it. For God's sakes, fire 343. Get a studio in there that knows how to make a Halo, because this is garbage.
Wow, I mean, where do we even begin?
343 has had the Halo Infinite franchise for about 10 years now, and the multiplayer offerings for Halo Infinite just have not been as strong as fans have hoped, to put it mildly.
343 is a joke. They're fucking awful. They don't give a shit about anybody that plays their game, old or new.
A lot of people wondering if 343 Industries is the right fit for Halo moving forward.
The TV show is dog shit. We don't even talk about that anymore. The game has 343, which has fucked every single Halo they have released since they've been in control of it. I think Microsoft needs to take them out to the back and get a new set of developers to put their hands at this, and someone who actually cares and is passionate about making something that they actually want fans to enjoy.
Upper management at 343, it is your fault that the game is in the condition that it is right now.
And they keep giving Joe Staten to bring up the bad news. Like, come on, man.
Someone's got to start replacing some head positions. Someone's got to take a look at where they're going in the future, and whatever roadmap they do for their next game better not include Halo.
Halo Infinite, like as a product, its reputation is ruined. The entire gaming community at large is like done with Halo Infinite, right? That's why you see all these videos trending.
I said it in 2021, and I'm saying it now. Halo Infinite could not just be okay, it had to be great. And it's not even okay right now.
Broken promises date back half a decade ago. 5 years ago. Here's the promise that was made.
Sometimes there's no better feeling than sitting with the boys, having some beers, playing some split screen at the house. I know some people don't fucking have friends, so don't really think about that as much.
I was looking forward to that. I would have played that with my brother. I would have played that with my son.
I like couch co-op, especially when my kids are old.
The amount of people who keep saying that 343 don't understand Halo or what makes it so special feels like a dauntingly close reality, especially when we hear quotes like this.
We're a very competitive game. That's our DNA. That's who we are, right? You go back all the way to the very first Halo, right? Multiplayer. I mean, it is a highly competitive game.
Wrong. Halo's original vision, and the thing it should always strive to be, is a multiplayer, first-person shooter party game. That is the original vision coming from the mouth of the man who created it, Hardy LaBelle.
I'm calling for a culture change over at 343. And you really need to take them away from Halo, because now they're harming something that's important to the Xbox ecosystem.
Somebody needs to do a development shakeup so that we can have the right minds, the right passion put towards one of the biggest brands in video gaming.
They need to fire Bonnie Ross, fire Frank O'Connor. They are fucking useless. And they're fucking the goddamn series.
But I hope you'll listen to the community, who is equally well-reasoned and rightfully pissed, and is echoing a lot of the same sentiments I am.
After, 10, 11, 12 years of 343's incompetence, you can only be beaten down and abused so much before it's time to take a stand and fight back. So, as of today, I will begin my training to fight Bonnie Ross. I challenge Bonnie Ross to a fair cage match sometime in the future. Right now, I have the physique of an average gamer, but that's about to change. Bonnie Ross, I'm coming for you. Bonnie won't fight me. Bonnie is a coward. I'm stronger than Bonnie, faster than Bonnie, smarter than Bonnie.
I really think that it's inarguable that 343 has killed the Halo franchise. It has absolutely no relevancy anymore. It has fully fallen off. It's just sad that they've let the game wither and die like this, and the only hope it has is Forge, which does look amazing. They took what used to be a household name, Halo, and ran it into the ground. Like, they buried it. I don't know how Halo comes back from this. Forge is really its only chance, and even then, I'm not convinced people are going to flock back to Halo for Forge. But who knows?
Well, today on Twitter, Bonnie Ross announced that she will be leaving 343. Now, in her announcement, she did mention this was due to a family medical emergency, and I'm not even going to speculate on that at all. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, and I hope her and her family the best. Regardless, though, the news that she is leaving is obviously still the same, and for many, this will be a speck of hope that Halo has sorely needed.
Inability to safeguard Halo was a colossal failure.
It was heresy.
I will continue my campaign against the
Halo community.
No, you will not.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
No. We go together.
Where is she, Chief? Where's Cortana? We're going in. Get tactical, Marines!
Thanks for the tank. He never gets me anything.
Oh, I know what the Navy's like.
Once you leave the ship, you're on your own.
Understood.
Oh, crazy fool. Why do you always jump? One of these days, you're gonna land on something as stubborn as you are. And I don't do bits and pieces.
Of fate you must abide. We trade one villain for another.
It was my job to take care of you.
We were supposed to take care of each other. And we did.
Wake me when you need me.
This is the night when these words sigh.
For us, the storm has passed. The war is over. But let us never forget those who journeyed into the howling dark and did not return. For their decision required courage beyond measure, sacrifice, and unshakable conviction that their fight, our fight, was elsewhere. As we start to rebuild, this hillside will remain barren, a memorial to heroes fallen. They ennobled all of us, and they shall not be forgotten.
Reset! Up!
I remember how this war started, what your kind did to mine. I can't forgive you, but you have my thanks for standing by him to the end. Hard to believe he's dead.
Were it so easy. things look different without the prophet's lies clouding their vision. I would like to see our own world, to know that it is safe. Fear not, for we have made it safe. By your word, Opportunity. Take us home.